Rob Squared.
Hmm?
Oh, Rob Squared. There he is.
Sorry.
Thought you were sitting over there for some reason.
No, I was just sleeping over here.
All right. How was your pee?
It was good. It was
right.
relieving.
Good. Good. Sweet. Glad to hear.
Yeah.
No problems?
Can we move on now?
Yeah. All right, we're going to finish up these games here. Sorry there's so many broken videos here. We get distracted. We get bored. We need a little break sometimes. It's a lot of work.
We try and give a lot of information.
Yeah, we do. Good information. Some funny stuff, too. So these are good games, all of them, except for this one. Giants, like that jokes. I'm so fucking cheesy. Giants at Cowboys. This is mostly interesting because a lot of injury news. So Giants 20, Cowboys 44. Landslide, bitches.
It felt closer than that.
It did until
it was a pick six at the end, right? Like
yeah.
Well, they were down 2 scores and then tried to come back, but
right
until Jones got hurt, it felt like it was a competitive game. But anyways,
so Daniel Jones, played. Had 13 attempts. Mike Lennon had 25, so that happened in, what, the second quarter? Something like that. He got fucking messed up.
Yes. Yeah.
That clip they showed of him getting up.
He had the baby D legs.
Yeah, for sure. And then he had that puke on his mouth or whatever it was, or something on his lip, and it just, it didn't look good. He's probably out this week. And one of our favorite guys in the podcast, Mike Lennon, Giraffe, Mr. Giraffe himself, man. He took over and he did okay. That pick six was egregious, but 16 of 25 for a $196 and a tutty with 2 picks. So, I'm not going to count that last pick. That was just garbage time. Bad throw, but not a throw he'd make if the game was close. Yeah, kind of just a necessity throw.
Like the Geno Smith interception on Thursday.
There you go. Right, that's a typical Geno. So also Saquon Barkley badly rolled his ankle. It looked like a fucking...
Looked like he was growing a second ankle.
Pretty much, man.
A third ankle, right?
It was huge, dude.
Yeah.
And apparently they're saying just 1 to 2 weeks. I'm taking his 2 weeks minimum. So he played 9% of the snaps, so that happened.
I think it's 1 to 2 weeks because that's when the trade deadline is. So I think they're just going to try and get rid of him. No, not really. Not really.
He played 9%. So after that, though, Booker played 88% of the snaps. So he played almost every snap after. And you asked me earlier while I was holding on to Booker. I said that they brought him in for a reason. He showed pretty well in Oakland. And actually was stealing touches. He was the 3rd guy there last year, and he was stealing touches. I always kind of liked him. Nothing flashy, but he's a 3-down back that can catch the ball, block. They trust him, clearly. Maybe that could change, with a whole week of prep. But that's very nice, 88%. So
I know you're excited about it. I absolutely...
Because the matchup?
I just don't like having the backup running back on the New York Giants offense.
There's
a difference.
He had 2 touchdowns.
No, there's a difference between... Yeah, just saying. There's a difference between Saquon Barkley and Booker.
Yeah.
Clearly. And most of the time, Saquon's getting 1 big run, 1 big play, and then I don't see
Where would you rank him this week?
Booker?
Yeah. Are you talking about like outside top 30?
I think he's closer to 30 than he is to 15.
I have him at 21. 18.
He's
in a PPR league, bro. Fire his ass up.
Mid 20s, I think is that's where I think he's going to perform the best. I think 32.
All right, what do you set his PPR fantasy points at this week?
Let's give him. I'll give him 8 to 12, 10. I'll call it 10. I was going to say 8 to 12, 10 points.
Over under PPR points.
What do you?
I bet you he has more than 10.
Oh no,
PPR.
no. This is a good thing. I do too many.
Oh.
Because I need odds on that. Like I've given you so many of these bets where I just have a feeling, and I bet you $5. But if I bet any book, I would have gotten like 4 to 1 odds.
Okay.
Right? Like,
he's definitely a pickup, though. Definitely a pickup, and in my mind,
I think so. I think so. I'm just on the opposite side of it. This is one thing I'm happy to be wrong on.
Okay.
I'm not going to use a waiver. I'm not going to do anything with it.
Well, 88% is nice, though.
It is.
Matchup's tough.
I just want to put my opinion.
Yeah. So Kenny Galladay also got hurt. At every level, they had injuries, and Kenny Galladay, yeah, he played 35%. So he was actually out there for a good quarter and a half or whatever.
Sure.
And he had 0 catches, 0 targets.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney though, wow,
looked like a beast.
13 targets, 10 catches, 189, and he's looking like Odell Beckham out there in more ways than one. Right? He wasn't ready. He was a project. We saw the back-to-back like sequences there where he got frustrated over he injured himself a little bit.
Yeah.
And he headbutted his own trainer on accident. He got up all like pissy, got him right in the nose, and then the next sequence was he threw a punch at the opponent with the helmet on.
Yeah,
very
always very smart to do.
It's Odell-like, right? Like it's something he would do.
Well,
all he needs a goalpost.
Well, normally if you can connect, when someone else is wearing a helmet and you decide to punch them with your bare hand, if you can connect, they're knocked out for sure.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Your hand's going to become stronger.
Yep,
for it.
Yeah, that's a bonehead play, but I like the energy and I like the hunger.
He looks good.
He has a very good chance to get kicked out of game when he got kicked out of this game. So
I think he was once Saquon went down, once Jones was out, once Galladay was out, once Sterling Shepard and who's the other guy? So they were down like
everyone.
Yeah, so he did look good, but I want to see him at full strength, or not even like give me some of the players back. Maybe not full strength.
I think he's earned a role though.
I agree.
They need a playmaker, right?
I agree.
And
but before you go out and say I want Toney, like you trade something egregious for him, I think, at least in my opinion, it's a wait and see. Like wait until there's other players.
Roster for sure.
Wait until he's not the only player that can make a play.
Yeah. Right? I'm going eye test though, and I did see a stat that he's like number 5 in the league in yak this season, and he's only played 2 games.
No, since week 4, he's.
Is it right? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right. Either
way, he went like 2 for 23 his first week. He just had a huge week.
It has to be. Well,
that stat is there's no context to that stat. It's easy to.
Okay.
No, I do like Toney though. I do like him. I just don't. It's a wait and see.
I'm starting him in balls deep this week.
I would say I like him more so than Booker.
Okay.
Like if you're going to go pick up one of the Giants, I don't like picking both of them up.
Right.
I like Toney.
In balls deep, I'm playing both of them.
Thank you, because I need you to start losing, so I don't have to hear about it all the time.
All right, bet I win this week.
Yeah, how about you?
All right.
2-1 though.
No, because I actually have a tough matchup. Playing Sprague.
I'll bet you $5.
Straight up?
Yeah.
Bet on Sprague. I actually have a side bet. No, Sprague wouldn't side bet me. All right, then Cowboys.
I love you, Sprague.
Oh, real quick, Evan Ingram, 74%.
Oh, that's one guy. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that.
Well, because all the wide receiver injuries.
I like.
Now, I did see that Shepard and Slayton practice this week. On Wednesday. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're playing. Now, it would take 1 or 2 of those guys missing for me to really feel comfortable at Ingram. But he had 4 for 55 and played 74%. I think they're phasing him in, phasing Kyle Rudolph / Jeremy Shockey out. We call Kyle Rudolph Jeremy Shockey now because he has a tattoo.
Yeah, he's such a badass.
Yeah. So, Mike Glennon thoughts? Anything? What about his neck?
Well, his neck's, I don't think it's growing any longer.
You know what Mike Glennon should never do?
No.
He should never have a hickey. Because that hickey is going to be... You can't hide that hickey, bro.
Hickey joke? Do kids even do hickeys anymore? Like, when was the last time you saw anyone with a hickey?
No, they just pretty much go right to anal.
Pretty much now, right? Like they'll stick the Tide Pods up their ass.
Yeah,
and
right.
Fuck it.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like normal people can hide a hickey with a turtleneck. There's no turtleneck, and he just get custom turtlenecks. Like it's called the Glennon Hickey Special.
No, he wears. You know how people wear arm sleeves? He has to put the arm sleeve in his turtleneck.
Good Glennon analysis. All right, Cowboys. Zeke is good again. Lenny Kravitz. He's taking a hiatus from playing music, and now he's back playing football.
Yeah.
And he's looking fast. He's finishing runs. Like holy shit, bro. Tony Pollard also fucking 75 yards rushing.
Yeah.
They're just this is the old school Cowboy football. Their defense and just wow, right?
No, they seem very well because Dak is throwing the ball as good as he ever has, but he doesn't need to. That's the scary thing is he's still getting 3 touchdowns where they're still running for 200 yards.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, he has like a $190 passing, but 3 or 4 touchdowns.
That's why you're hearing all the Cowboys for real because they're not one dimensional. They have that Diggs kid that's like so. Right now, a lot of things are going well for them. They're an exciting team going forward.
Question: Stephon Diggs I think it's is it Traquan Diggs?
Trayvon.
Trayvon. Okay, they're brothers, right?
T Diggs.
Yeah, T Diggs. He's killing it right now for the boys.
Yeah, the young cornerback for the Cowboys.
Touchdowns at the end of the year. Who are you taking? Stephon or T? Right now they're tied.
Yeah.
It's a joke.
I'll give you 10-1 odds, and you can take.
Okay, catches at the end of the year. It's close. I'm saying right now they're tied. It's insane, right?
The fact that you can have that conversation going into week 6 is insane.
Something.
Yes.
That guy's a baller. He has what, 7 picks this year? 6? 6 for sure. He's had 1 every game.
I think at 2 and 1. Yeah.
6 and 5 games, dude.
Yeah,
wow.
He has a lot. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, he looks good. He looks good.
Yeah. A lot of people miss on him in the draft because he's like a faster version of Richard Sherman. Like long, lanky.
He looks big to me.
Yeah.
He looks like.
But Richard Sherman was a big corner too.
He looks like Urlacher because you know how Urlacher played safety in New Mexico. Like he looks like that size. He just hasn't filled out both. Like if he wanted to gain another 40 pounds, he could be like Urlacher in the middle. But he's Urlacher as a safety. Like, at least that's.
He's almost playing like Ed Reed out there. Like ball hawking, you know what I mean? Like
it's exciting because safety. When we were growing up,
well, he's a corner.
No, what I'm saying is, I think he reminds me of a safety.
Yeah, he'll probably move back,
I think so
with his ball skills.
I don't know why but it reminds me of the old days where there's I don't know why I consider him a safety, but like when we grew up with Palomalu and Ed Reed and Sean Taylor.
Yeah, they were kind of more linebackers.
But they were the most exciting guys on defense outside of Ray Lewis and Urlacher.
Lighting people up.
Yeah, so he's an exciting player. It's nice that he's on the Cowboys because we're going to see a lot of them.
Do you know who he reminds me of? T Diggs.
Who?
A lot of myself. When I played safety, remember my backyard football days? I actually had the record for we kept track of this. I had more interceptions than tackles.
Yeah.
Because why would I do? I played quarterback too, so I don't want to put my body at harm. I just would play center field, and I just pick things off and be laughing while I'm running to the end zone.
Yeah, and just wait for the guy that's never thrown football in his life before to throw up a duck. No,
don't criticize my accomplishments.
Your backyard football pick record.
Oh God! All right, the wide receivers. So Gallup's still out. Lamb had a nice bounce back, 4 for 84 and a touchdown. Schultz is a god. He's a tight end, but he's a god. 6 for 79. I'm still not buying totally in, like most people are. Cedric Wilson played well. I guess just 1 for 35, but he's involved. He played 67%. Amari Cooper is clearly beat up. He's almost like the Dalvin Cook of wide receivers. Just every game, he's limping off the field. Ribs, knee, shoulder.
He's trying to play through it because they're
head. What is it? How's the song go?
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes.
That's the Dalvin Cook and Amari Cooper dance. It's always something.
Yeah, no, I think Cooper being out there is more important than him being a game breaker out there because they have playmakers everywhere. So.
Right, he's fine. I mean, the injuries concern me, and if they start winning, maybe rest the guy down the stretch. Fading in fantasy a bit.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see when their bye is.
And the volume.
If their bye is within the next couple of weeks, I could see him saying, "All right, I'm going to push through."
Yeah,
because it's only pain right now. I'll take 2 weeks to do it.
And the volume just isn't there because Dak threw 32 passes in this game. Why we like these guys that they could sustain 3 receivers was Dak was throwing 49 fucking passes.
Yeah.
Right now, their defense is good, their running game's good. Why the fuck would they do that? Yeah. The formula is not to do that. So it needs to be hyper efficient touchdown stuff. And when Gallup comes back, it's going to make it even more difficult. Which is hopefully
the Cowboys remind me a lot of the Cardinals. They can win in multiple ways now. The Cardinals' run game has been phenomenal.
Run the ball,
right?
play defense.
Like James Conner, 5 touchdowns the last 3 games, and Chase Edmonds has been getting 100.
No shit.
He's averaging 10 yards a carry.
Yep.
So they can win in multiple ways, which makes them a scary playoff team. They're not,
for sure.
Cardinals aren't relying on Kyler, and Cowboys aren't relying on Dak.
All right. Nice little segue there, bud. 49ers at Cards. Do you know I had this, or you just...
Yeah.
We're like an old married couple.
Well, here's the thing. The Cardinals need Kyler to win because they have no running game. No,
so this was a kind of a stinker, actually, for, probably because they had Trey Lance who can't throw. So Cardinals won 17-10, and it was 10-0 at halftime. The Niners just are... Their coach is not smart. He's a genius that's not a genius.
Yeah.
It's not looking great. And so Trey Sermon played 3 snaps. So why did they draft him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, any of the Niners running backs, I don't know what.
Well, Kyle Juszczyk played 65%. Eli Mitchell, who came back from injury, played 68%. He did okay, but, like, it's just a fucking mess, dude, and that's what he thinks he's smart by doing this. How about you give a running back a little bit more than, like, a third of a timeshare? Be nice. Mitchell had 9 for 43. Trey Lance did have 16 rushes for 89 yards. I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Wow.
He got popped on the goal line, too.
Yeah. But he was 15 to 29, so that's 51% for 192 and a pick. Which, that numbers are better than what it looked like, because it does not look good.
It's outpassing Justin Fields.
Whew. Yeah, but it's just, he's wild. He's wild out there, man. And they need Jimmy G back.
He's not a good thrower.
No. He's got a great arm, but he has no touch. He has no finesse.
Yeah, I've seen defensive linemen throw the ball 60 yards from their knees. Mm-hmm. That doesn't matter.
So, wide receiver-wise, Deebo Samuel, still 9 targets, but only 3 for 58. Did have a 13-yard rushing touchdown, though, which he's known to do. Brandon Ayuk.
And Deebo, I'll say this. I was looking. He's top 5 or 6 in the league in targets. Mm-hmm. So there's something there.
Yeah. But I feel like it's because he's the only option because Kittle's been banged up. Now Kittle's out. He's in the IR, by the way, for 3 weeks. So Brandon Ayuk thought would have a better game. Nope. 2 catches for 32 yards on 4 targets. And he did play 71% of the snaps. Samuel 86. Sanu 46. I still would buy low on Ayuk. Like Ayuk. Not necessarily for a starting position, but if you want a bench receiver, Ayuk's perfect because if anything happens to Deebo, like last year, for instance, what happened to Ayuk? Fucking blew up. Yeah. He needs Jimmy G, though. Right? Or Trey Lance to maybe learn how to play football.
Give Lance a little bit of time, but if not, Jimmy G's the... he's going to be...
There was a reason that Brandon Ayuk was drafted, whatever it was, 2 or 3 rounds ahead of Samuel this year in fantasy drafts. It's because Ayuk is more of a... Well, I can't even say that anymore, but he was supposed to be more of a traditional wide receiver, right? Like Samuel's a hybrid running back that gets end arounds and gets, like, short passes.
Ayuk was supposed to have better ball skills.
Yes, and like more of a downfield role. Yeah. And right now, Samuel has all the role. Yeah. So we'll see.
And Deebo's getting open a lot, and after the catch, that's where Deebo excels.
So they have a bye this week coming up, but Ross Dwelley.
Who?
Ross Dwelley. That's the backup tight end.
Okay.
He played 91%, only 2 for 25. But Kittle's Dwelley, D-W-E, like dwelling.
Okay.
Dwelling on Dwelley. If Kittle's missing 2 more games.
Yeah.
So, deep guy. Obviously, he's got a bye this week. Don't pick him up. But, I don't know. He could do worse than a guy playing 91%.
Yeah. Ayuk's a good person right now. If you could probably get him pennies on the pennies right now. One, because he's underperforming, and on a bye week.
Yeah.
So if he didn't get dropped in this most recent waiver.
Dropped, yeah.
I think you could trade whoever you're going to drop.
Devontae Booker for him.
Yeah, something like that.
Or running back to your team.
That's what I'm saying. So send it out. Like I think he's well worth a stash.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Cardinals-wise, the disappointing game on offense. They didn't really need it. We were talking about this a little bit earlier. Kyler got a little nicked up. It looked like you said he's going to be fine. Of course, you're going to say that, but
well, it wasn't. It's not a shoulder. It was like more of a bicep bruise or a bicep.
Okay. Just something to monitor.
Yeah.
Because we know about Kyler Murray. It was last year he was super hurt.
Yeah.
And that guy plays through injuries.
Yeah.
Doesn't miss his games. And that's the concern.
He got hurt in the third quarter.
Yeah.
That's when they were working on it. Yeah. But then he's still throwing pretty balls. So.
Yeah. It's all he does. Edmonds had 6 for 15 only. Lost a fumble. Had 3 for 19 through the air. He did play 61% though. Connor 48%. That's kind of the split. 60-50 because they usually have both in the field a decent amount. As in 10%. They do some wishbone or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
Connor did have another touchdown, of course. Fucking guy just only scores touchdowns. 10 for 29 on the ground for a tutty. He's going to be a thorn in the spine of Edmonds. Kind of a thorn in the spine of Kyler for his rushing touchdowns. But he looks hungry. He's playing well. And in half-point PPR, he's viable.
He comes in at the goal line.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to be... like, if you're worried about any injury, there's almost zero injury concerns in terms of usage with James Conner. Right? Like,
nothing.
And I'll just say this about the Cardinals in general. I love the fact that they can win a game like this in division against a good team.
Scrappy game.
So I know for fantasy, everyone that's playing fantasy is really disappointed because no one on the team did anything well. But this just shows that the Cardinals are around for.
I don't even read the snap shares. I wouldn't take too much away from anything. And the Cardinals, they'll be fine.
Yeah, they're not going to score less than 17 points probably the rest of the year.
Yeah, that'll be a little low. Let's see what you got here.
Follow through.
Oh, all right. Bills Chiefs. Fuck this game. It lost me a lot of money, a lot of parlays, a lot of teasers. Fuck you, Chiefs. Brutal. 18-point loss, 38-20 at home. Weather complications, but that's not why they lost. They were losing big in the first half when it wasn't raining. We'll go with the Bills first. One quick thing about the game here. So, Bills ran 57 snaps. Chiefs ran 86. So, it's obviously catch-up mode.
Yeah, I know exactly why.
So, Zach Moss, our boy, pounded.
That's right.
He had the best game this game, but he played 74% of the snaps. And Devin Singletary, who starts every game, like the first series or whatever, played 26% of the snaps.
Yeah.
And Singletary didn't fumble, which was nice.
Well, Moss, actually, did you watch it?
Looked good.
Yeah, he looked good.
He is good, man. Moss was 11 for 37. 11 for 37 on the ground. Singletary 6 for 25, so he averaged more there. And Moss had 3 catches for 55 yards. And Singletary had 1 for -2. So he's outplaying him. The snap share would tell you so. So here's Moss's 4 weeks. 28, 56, 56, 74.
Hell yeah.
So I don't project 74 very often, but it's going to be 60. You can tell me you get 60% of the running backs and the goal line work, and apparently the third down work on the Bills' offense right now.
Yeah.
Someone might have called that. We might have called that in the offseason.
I'm still of the big belief, and I have nothing to substantiate this, but the fact that I think Moss was upset that he wasn't the starter week 1.
Yes.
So the coach says, "Hey, this is the team thing, right? We don't need your ego in the way.
Yeah.
So you're not playing.
Yeah.
And they lost.
We'll check them.
So every time Moss plays, they win.
Undefeated. Hey-o! Yeah, we called this
MVP.
shit. And,
MVP Moss?
We're not going to lie, though. After that first week, even we were a little worried. Yeah, it was like, what the fuck they doing,
because
bro?
Because it wasn't that he played and did poorly.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like he played and got 4 carries. He was a healthy scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then also the first game he came back week 2, he played 28% of the snaps and got those 2 garbage time touchdowns. And so he started off slow in that game.
That was easy to write that off.
Yeah, I was fuck. And then the third quarter happened and the fourth, and I was like, okay.
No, this was the biggest game that the Bills have played since they played them in the playoffs. So this was
and this is the game that actually encourages me about Zach Moss, because the other games were the touchdowns. I like the snap share. Yeah. I like the eye test. The 55 yards receiving, bro.
When they're trying,
he was on the field, man. Yeah. And they trust him. He's not going to fumble. He knows how to block. He catches.
That's blocking. One of the best blocking.
And he's just a bowling ball. So wide receivers wise, Stephon Diggs, rough. And I shed multiple tears on the podcast in the preseason. I had to fade him, and I have 1 share. And the 1 share I have is a league my buddy is giving me half the winnings, and we picked the team together, and he still gets final say. And I told him I wanted DK, he wanted Diggs, half-point PPR. I was like, I'll take a share of Diggs, but I wanted DK. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the 1 share I have.
Wow.
I think I might have in 1 their 2 best balls.
Sure.
But that's very low. That's fucking 2% of my leagues, dude.
So what's your level of concern moving forward? If he was out of 10, if he was preseason, he was a 10 out of 10, right? In terms of wide receiver ones, right? He's up there in 9.5. 4. So now you're really concerned then.
But
you would still trade Mike Williams for him.
Yes, because I feel like squeaky wheel, he's going to get involved more. Manny Sanders might get hurt. I feel like he will probably outperform Mike Williams from this point on. Okay. But he's not going to outperform Mike Williams for body of work.
Yeah.
Right? He's not going to catch those 5 touchdown lead.
I'm not as concerned as you, because I think it's the reason I'm not concerned about Kyler is that the team's winning in different ways. They're not relying on him.
Yeah, but Kyler's playing quarterback and he gets the ball all the time. Josh Allen's spreading the ball around so much that last year he wasn't.
Well, because there's going to be games where the Bills need to come back. And that's where Stephon Diggs is going to... Right now they're covering every spread by 20 points. So there's why,
I get it.
With Diggs. So I think there's going to be games where they're going to be closer.
But
and that's where, like you said, Diggs moving forward will be better.
Yeah, he will. But here's what we thought Diggs was, right? He was going to be the most guaranteed target guy in the league.
130 targets last year, right? Or 130 catches?
Yeah. We're looking at 100. Like DeAndre Hopkins, what made him great for so year. Regardless of the quarterback, 170 targets. Yeah. He's an amazing talent, but he's better talent than Diggs. But Diggs is still a good talent. Those are always going to equal 110, 118 catches. The touchdowns, whatever, it's going to be 7 or 8. That is enough for wide receiver one top 5 receiver every year.
Yeah.
Diggs is not getting 180 targets in this offense.
No,
because Dawson Knox, bro.
A lot has to go wrong.
Sanders.
There's a lot that has to go wrong for him if that happens, right?
Yeah.
Because
he
probably has. How many targets do you have right now? Can you see?
Yeah, it's not great. He had 5 targets last game.
For the season.
He has.
I bet you it's still close to 50.
Well, right now he has 28 receptions. So let's see. Yeah, he has 21, 29, 30, 42, 47 targets.
47 targets, okay.
So he's still getting...
So right close to... So if you extrapolate, as you like to do, he's looking for a little...
150.
140.
Yeah. I'm saying, but that's not... That was also with a 13-target game week 1.
So he's not... I'm just trying to...
Yeah. That's actually higher than I thought.
We're validating. Well, we're still validating your point. He was 180 last year.
Yeah, that's what we need.
And he was super efficient with those 180 right now.
And he has 1 touchdown right now.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So
the combo of low targets and no touchdowns.
So I think it supports your point and my point is that he's still getting the volume, but he's not required to score those 2 40-yard touchdowns to win the game.
Right.
He's helping ice the game.
Yeah. Manny Sanders had a nice game though. He had 2 touchdowns. Jesus, God, he's playing well.
Dude, you have so many notifications all the time.
Oh, that was
on your phone.
My wife.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that I'm constantly seeing you.
I'm a very popular man.
Are you? You surprised me. No, I'm just joking. I'm popular. You
my wife's texting me.
Puff your chest out.
Where are you? Get home. I never see you.
Yeah, aren't you supposed to bring home some pizza?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
All right, so that's about it for the wide receivers. Dawson Knox, 96%. God damn, bro.
All right, so it's official now. I said I need 5 weeks of production from the tight end before I put him on my radar.
On your radar.
Knox is he's on my radar.
Yeah, he's...
So, Bob, if you still... Just answer my text messages. If you want to trade Knox, you just have to answer me.
So, Chiefs-wise, CEH got hurt. It looked like a season ender. It wasn't a season ender, but they're saying 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, he's not very good.
He's on IR.
Yes. Jarrell Williams and Jerick McKinnon now are taking in the spot. So I prefer Jarrell Williams, obviously. And he didn't do well this game. 5 for 27. I guess that's 5.4 yards a carry. They couldn't run the ball anyway. They had no point because they were losing. I think Jarrell Williams. Same thing, right?
No.
Not really.
Go ahead.
I think he's a solid, high-end RB3 for these weeks. I'm going to put him in the RB2 category, but I'll start him. Because he should score a touchdown. We got to see what the role is going to be, right?
I want to see what their schedule is the next 3 weeks.
It's easy. It's easy. They got this week is Washington, they have the Titans, and they have the Giants or something like that.
Okay, so
somewhat easy. Because they've had all their hard games already. Who else can they play?
Well, then I do. If those are the 3 matchups for the next 3 weeks, then I do like him as a running back. But
I can tell you right now because I have him everywhere. Actually, I don't have him in this league. God damn it! I'm an XFL. Let's see what we got here. Well, at Washington, at Tennessee, fucking good. At Washington, at Tennessee, at home against the Giants. That's what I said.
So simply because CMC's out for those 3 weeks, I like him. If there was a little bit stiffer competition, I wouldn't because this feels like, all right, Mahomes is the MVP. These next 3, he has to figure out a way to
be winning, run the ball.
Even if he's rushing it in, I don't give a fuck. Just
right.
Mahomes, if he's the MVP, if you want to. I know you love crowning him, so he needs to earn their ass. He needs to earn his crown right now. He needs to earn the reason he's considered the best. So
maybe he needs to drink some Crown Royal.
Yeah.
That's the best dad joke of all time.
No, it was horrible. Oh. You're not my dad. You're not my real dad.
No. All right. Wide receivers: Tyreek Hill, kind of a down game. But he get 13 targets, 7 for 63. When you talk about him, he's good. Hardman, though.
I'll drop Tyreek Hill.
Yeah. Nicole, 12 targets, 9 catches, 76 yards. That's nice. And Josh Gordon actually made an appearance. He played 10% of the snaps. Had a penalty, of course.
Well, he also got a third down.
He did have it nice. It was a broken play. They need playmakers, apparently, they think. So that's a nice
What
addition.
is this about, like, we're looking for Marlon Mack now? Like, why do the Chiefs think their offense is the problem?
Get some defensive players, bro.
Yeah, how about instead...
Or offensive line,
You know, there's this guy that... what's his name? Stephon Gilmore. He was like a defensive player of the year.
They got him.
Yeah. Or Marlon Mack and Josh Gordon?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, and they could have got C.J. Henderson from the Jaguars, right?
Do they genuinely think that their offense is the issue?
I don't know
why they're not winning.
Yeah, and Josh Gordon. I mean, I think it's more insurance.
Maybe it's this. They know that their defense is. There's no helping that defense.
Right. So they're gonna have to score 44 points.
Yeah.
I like that as a Mahomes owner. Let's go.
Sure.
It's gonna be fun. Right now,
I guess
as a Mahomes owner, I'm happy.
I'm thinking it's a football thing. You're thinking it's a fantasy. Right. So.
As a Mahomes owner, though, this is the best thing that could ever happen. Okay. Because their running back's hurt, and he's not good anyway. They can't run the ball. Their defense is trash. They're not going to be resting at any point because they're not, I mean, they're more likely to struggle to make the playoffs than they are to get the number 1 seed.
I think.
Right? Or at least they're going to struggle to win their division.
They're 2 games back. Well, 3 games back because they're down the tiebreaker. Yeah. Well, the Chiefs, or excuse me, the Chargers. They've already lost to the Chargers, and they're 2 games back.
So they can beat the Chargers and even that tiebreaker out. But they're not even in the Bills tiebreaker out, bro.
They need to make up 3 games.
Yeah. So, and I still think they're going to win 11 or 12 games. But either way, like, they're going to be fighting. But this got Mahomes' attention. This got Andy Reid's attention. Mahomes is going to be going full FU mode if it's even possible.
Hope so.
Right?
Hope so. Yeah.
If they're good enough.
I feel like Mahomes is playing well. I don't know how much
he
more
can play better, but
it's because a lot of those interceptions he's having are the receivers looking upfield. It pops up
like
their
Super Bowl
hand.
kind of.
But so I don't know how much more can Mahomes do. I think it's the rest of the team stepping up.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, when there's an opportunity arises when they're up by 17 in the early 4th quarter, I can see Andy Reid dialing up some play action bombs.
Sure.
Give him some confidence back because he's lost a little bit of confidence, man.
I think
all those drives he used to win the game.
General populace has lost confidence.
I haven't.
So,
or the Chiefs.
You have a little bit, yes.
Not in Mahomes. Not for fantasy. Maybe in real life.
Yeah.
Not for fantasy.
Our minds think differently. I think as a team.
Yeah, not for fantasy. I'm just celebrating this, dude, because my quarterback leagues.
All right, what we got?
Last game. This is a fucking great one. It looked like a bad one, then it looked like an okay one, then it looked great.
Almost made me look like a genius.
Yeah.
The money line. I was the only one out of 18 or 19 in my confidence pool that picked Colts.
And I cannot believe
they had it.
Yeah, so Ravens 31, Colts 25, and this was all Colts all day until Lamar Jackson.
Until it wasn't.
Made me look like a genius for picking him on my next top 3 in the AFC to win a Super Bowl. And again, this year, there's no way this team wins a Super Bowl. I promise you.
Well, I don't consider them being the Colts at home on Monday night is a Super Bowl type win.
No, I'm just saying the man.
He looked good. No,
let me read you his stats real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's do that.
I didn't even realize how good they were, dude.
Crazy.
37 of 43. That is 86%, which is unreal. 444 yards, 442 yards, and 4 tutties.
Yeah.
What? Now, he does fumble all the time. He has a fumbling problem. And that's just because he got a little bit of Michael Vick in him, a little Deshaun Jackson, doesn't know how to corral the ball sometimes.
No, but, I think that he realizes the whole team's on his back.
Yeah, and he's just trying to make every play.
If someone's going to mess up, you want the guy that, you want him to mess up.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was an epic performance, though. Because that's not his game, right? Like, it's like Dennis Rodman, right? He wins games playing defense and rebounding. If Dennis Rodman goes out for 26 points in the 4th quarter to win a game, it's like, whoa. Now you're amazing because we knew you do everything else. Now you're doing what Peyton Manning has done, Tom Brady has done.
This is so off topic, but you just reminded me of a stat that I meant to tell you about Dennis Rodman.
Okay.
He's a Hall of Famer, by the way.
He deserves to be one, not Ben Wallace.
I think he had 2 or 3 20-point games in his career.
Wow.
But he had like 285 20 rebound games. Like, ridiculous.
100 times the number
at least. It's ridiculous. Anyways.
Well, think of if you go throughout the course of the league, though.
Plus, he's a really good he's underrated 3-point shooter.
You're really good at taking shots, too. I'm sure he can snort coke like a champ.
3 points.
I can beat him in a 3-point shooting contest.
All right.
No, real quick though, I want to. If you could look at the history of the NBA, right? How many 20-point scoring games there's been compared to how many 20 rebound games there've been?
I bet you he owns maybe 5%.
Yeah,
where he owns 5% of like 1% of the 20-point games, right? Like probably
there's like 5 20-point scorers in every NBA game.
But there's maybe there might be 20 rebound games a year.
Yeah, I'd say like one every 3 nights in the NBA, which is like
four. So you're talking 40. Either way,
something like that.
Either way,
crazy.
He had like almost 300, I think, which is that's 3 decades worth of NBA play.
Yeah.
Like
that's a little segue there. Yeah. All right, I'll start with the Colts.
Segue to what?
I don't know. We're riding segways.
Segue to the Colts.
We're riding segways.
Speaking of the Colts,
segue is the thing you ride.
Oh, Colts. Speaking of people that can't score.
Yeah. Let's go. They're all virgins.
Segue.
So Jonathan Taylor can score. He had 2 touchdowns in this game.
He did all right.
And
I'm really concerned about his snap share percentage. What do you got?
He only played 52%.
Oh, no.
Hines 38, Mac 14. Get Mac out of there. It'd be a boom for Hines. Almost more of a boom for Hines.
I'd like to consider this the return of the Mac.
Yeah.
It's the return of the Mac.
I don't know what that is.
It's a song.
It's awful.
You know the song.
No, I don't. All right. What?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. What do you got?
All right. Pittman and Pascal. That's really all they have is wide receivers right now. Well, Paris Campbell actually had a decent game. Yeah.
We both propped him.
Yeah, I did. I didn't win that prop.
Me either. Because it was parlay.
Yeah, right.
I need West to get 4 fucking rushing yards.
Oh, he had 5 yards total rushing.
I need 9.
Campbell had 6 targets, 456. Pittman, though, had some monster plays. He does look like a poor man's Megatron. Yeah. And maybe eventually he'll get it up to be just being a poor man's. Yeah. Early in the year, he was a poor man's Megatron.
Well, that's your saying. Well, I described it as just a one poor man.
Yeah, now he's a poor man's.
That was a Randy Moss Megatron type play.
I like it. Yeah. 7 targets, 6 catches, 89 yards, and a tutty with a 42-yard long. And he's playing 88% of the snaps, so I whipped on him this year. I don't know why I was about Paris Campbell. It's never going to happen for him.
Well, the T.Y.'s coming back.
And T.Y.'s coming back, so yeah, sayonara. I mean,
not the T.Y. T.Y. is going to light the world on fire, but that just spells
another body.
Yeah, and a vet that came back intentionally to play with the Colts again because Wentz was there.
It might
he could have signed somewhere else.
It might hurt Pittman a bit.
I'm not so much worried about Pittman. I'm just saying
Pascal for sure.
I think Pittman has established himself as a Claypool on that offense. Yeah. And I
like it.
I think T.Y. might be more like the Deontay.
I like it. So, Jonathan Taylor, though, had 15 for 53 on the ground and a tutty, 3 catches, 116 yards, and a touchdown with a 76-yard touchdown. If you could have bought him last week, low, say for a Kenny Galladay and some trash, would you have done it?
Oh, man. Yeah. Cheers.
It's just gonna break. I hope it breaks one of these episodes. It's just like the joke chair and Sunny. You know what I'm talking about? Where it just
no.
What? I'll share that episode. Jack Doyle.
Oh, Jack Doyle.
Oh, absolutely. He had 1 catch for 4 yards, but
he had that
72% snap share.
He also drew that penalty.
Yeah, you baited a guy. Yeah. So if you're in a snap share league. Jack Doyle. Mo Cox, though, had that amazing game last week. 2 touchdowns, right? Fucker played 45% of the snaps.
Yeah.
He did do 3 for 50 in the snaps. Production. But, that's a little concerning. Why are they playing Jack Doyle over? Maybe to bait people in the penalties?
Mo Cox is also rumored to be going to the Cardinals.
Ooh, that'd be a nice... Ooh, he's a fucking beast.
Those are just rumors.
So that means Jack Doyle stock up.
If Mo Alley
ooh, Andrew Luck would not like that.
Oh. Wow.
Ravens. Running backs are a mess. He still loves Tyson Williams.
No, that was a strong.
No, you have a lot of. I know.
I said that there's a chance he might be relevant, so he's the last man on my bench.
Right.
That does not signal that.
In my mind, if you roster a man in any league, you love them. So.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. So Murray played 49%, Tyson 19 in his triumphant return. He played well. It was 4 carries for 6 yards.
Why am I? Don't back me into this corner defending.
He did have 2 catches, 15 yards. So let's go. Freeman played 27%. Le'Veon Bell did not play. So that experiment lasted 1 week.
So my one night stands were Devontae Freeman and Tyson.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
They both were poo.
Yeah. Devontae Freeman had 1 yard rushing, so he had 0.1.
They both gave me herpes after that one night stand, that's for sure.
And you even had to use a rubber.
Yeah.
Fucking A, it doesn't really protect against herpes.
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown.
Pretty good.
Very good.
Yeah.
I wish I made him a PP.
Well, I'll tell you, like, he's going to get his big plays. What I liked is, didn't he score the game winning touchdown?
Yeah, a little short dig route.
I love that.
And he was actually getting some, he had 9 catches, 10 targets, 9 for 125, and 2 touchdowns.
But the fact that he wasn't used as a Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
In that play, he was used to,
and it was kind of out of necessity because Sammy Watkins is probably going to go on IR, hamstring. We don't know for sure, but I'm just guessing. Like, be safe with their veteran; they need him.
Yeah,
and they also have Bateman coming back, and right now it's Devin Duvernay and Marquise Brown. So if Watkins goes on IR, I feel like Marquise Brown's a wide receiver too, if he already wasn't already.
Sure. And
I was telling you, I can't. In some of the leagues I got him in, I got him 130.
Yeah.
In PPR league, big play bonus. They're like, what the fuck's going on, man?
Where do you think he would go now?
Ooh, 60s. Just because of the inconsistency that people think he has, even though right now he only catches touchdowns or drops 3, which is still, from my mind, like, I like that as long as you don't get benched for that.
Sure.
Means you had 3 opportunities to catch a touchdown.
Yep.
That's a month for fucking Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
Sorry, Diggs. And then Mark Andrews. If you listen to us, we told you, man. He's. I just called for 1 touchdown this week. I didn't say for 2. And besides that, like, we always know Mark Andrews is a threat to score.
Do 2 and then. Like, what was it? Andrews, where you said 2 touchdowns? Oh, actually, I'll do 1.
No, it was Chuba Hubbard.
Oh, yeah.
I said Chuba Hubbard had 140 total yards.
Still good call.
Yeah, so Andrews had 13 targets, 11 catches, 147, and 2 touchdowns. So we always know he's a touchdown guy, but I've never seen a game like this from Andrews.
Yeah.
This was a Travis Kelce game.
Yeah.
Where he was the best player on the field, and they were just feeding him. He was breaking tackles, and
wow. Remind me of, like, when Jimmy Graham was super relied on when Ertz, back in the day, like, those guys were the best receiver they had, so.
That's what it looked like. So let's see if we can get this last paper toss. Yeah. Follow through.
Hey.
Wow. Hey, Rob Squared.
Real quick, before we finish up with the Rob Squared, our one night stands, you won.
I did.
Yeah, we, by a good 20 points or so, I think I had.
Now we're even.
Prior to Stafford, Goff, we both had Goff. I think I had like 45 points. You ended up with like 65.
Yeah, that's because I had Tony.
No, good win on that. However, with our picks, just to recap those,
got me.
I don't. What was I 2-1-1 and you were 1-2-1
this week? Yeah.
Yeah. So one game apart.
Yeah. It was a rough one for me gambling.
And so that being our worst week, and we only won 500.
Right. We'll be back. And our picks this week, yeah. Rob Squared.